tell me?
That's okay.
Oh, wow.
I didn't do the opening this time. I came straight to it.
Dan, you have to play me. Why did you play me like that?
I can hear the playback in my ear. Did
I
you
heard
hear
it too. Oh, wow. Thanks a lot,
it?
Beebs.
Hola. Hello, Philip.
So I got played. Did you guys?
Why am I hearing myself? That's so funny.
Yeah,
I have to turn it
now
off.
I'm not hearing you.
Okay, let me fix it.
Oh man. Hola. This is a very interesting way to start. Yeah, because Stanley's always doing stuff abruptly.
That is so weird to hear myself, and I don't know why I'm hearing myself. Hmm.
Audio is cutting out. Gabriel says, I think we have mic issues.
No, we don't. We have Frank issues.
I think it's good now, right?
It
Are
should
we
be.
good now, guys?
Sound comes in and out.
Hey, what's up, Philip?
It's not out because I've been turning it up and down. That's why. So there we go. Should be able to hear us. We should be clear, crystal clear.
Yes, I think it's starting after Gabriel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was me turning up everything back and forth.
And then starting with that open, not telling me.
Sorry about that. I was trying to push this button, but I should push that button. And so when you don't push the right button, you get nothing. Hola.
Hey,
Oh, I was talking to you. Hola.
¿cómo estás?
All right, there we go. Hello, everyone. So my opening title is "Beating a Dead Horse." I got that from Chris, who just wrote that earlier, and it's kind of interesting because I felt the same way about the fact that
Oh, so Gabriel says you might have turned it up too high or something. You sound very echoey.
me echoing. How about now? How about now?
Oh, Maria says, bien, gracias.
Bien, grassy. Let me try something. All right. Anyway, don't ask me what's going on.
No, I don't hear you.
Good.
Oh, wait.
No, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, just turn it down a little bit. All right. So I wrote about beating a dead horse because, well, I'm so tired of turning on TV set, seeing about movies that are being remade again. Like recently, The Color Purple was coming back.
Oh, you can see all of our wires in this shot, too.
It's okay. We're not wireless. Well, when we get an actual studio, I'll make sure they hide all the wires from you.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Just go outside the room with no
Sounds good.
wires.
I know. I don't like the look of wires. Okay, so anyway, so with the movies, you're saying you hate turning on the TV and seeing the same.
Well, not TV, but the ads for remakes. I'm trying to put my phone on. Um, don't disturb before the phone rings. Uh, Remakes are a dime a dozen. Everybody's remaking a movie. No one's ever going original too much anymore. And part of the reason is because no one likes. Everybody wants original content, but when you give them something original, oh, I've never seen it before. That's why it's called original. Original, right? But yet we want to keep being rehashed with the same.
Well, it's the same thing with music too, don't you think?
Hello, Philadelphia. Some language I don't.
Oh, he says hello from Philadelphia.
Yes, I know.
Nice.
His language is in in characters, so I don't understand what that means.
Oh, his name.
His name is in characters. Yeah.
So okay, so it's kind of like the same as music though, because there are a lot of songs that were just were sampled.
Well, yesterday we were at Costco. We didn't get out of the gas, and a song came on from the '70s on Seven from satellite radio, and I told you that it was.
You said, well, you asked me who remade this song, and I was like, oh, I don't know. You're like, what rapper? And I said, oh, I don't know. And you're like, Heavy D. And then
What did I taught you though?
what was the song?
Mr. Big Stuff.
Okay.
So what have I taught you though over the years from our conversations
I'm not sure
about
if
music?
you taught me this, but there are a lot of like what? I don't know if you taught me this. I noticed it. There are a lot of remakes because there are a lot of samples. People sample music.
Remember the song I taught you? I showed you that was like sampled like 8 times, including one by including what's his name?
Jay-Z.
Not Jay Z. The guy with the weird boots. He goes on these little fits every now and then. And those shoes that he was selling.
Everybody had those
He
red
was
boots.
anti-Semitic for a little bit.
Kanye West?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Let me check. Hold on. They said our mics. It shouldn't be because we had it set right, but it may have changed.
You may have your webcam mic selected rather than the desk mic.
No.
Okay.
No, we had the right one. Hold on. Oh wait, there it is. I see it. Oh, I did, but it's weird because it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops.
Mic test 1, 2.
I still hear it.
That would probably. I don't hear it. I didn't hear that.
Now we fixed it. I think we've it itself to the mic. It does it every now and then. Those are your headphones. You turn them up for you. That's me.
Yeah, I can't hear you though. This is me. Here.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
Okay. That change sounds better. Just increase the volume.
Pump up the volume. Wait a minute. I gotta talk to my brother. All right. There we go.
Better?
You haven't fixed it. You're not my boss. I don't know. I'm working on it. Hold on. Let me see something. Might be on mono. Mano y mano. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. God bless America. He said it's 100% perfect now.
Is it?
That's what he wrote.
Okay. I'm delayed, so.
Hey, don't be delayed. Catch up.
Oh, that sounds too much like another saying I'm used to. Okay, so back to what we're talking about. So the sampling.
So Kanye West, a lot of the rappers sample songs from the 70s that you don't even know.
70s has great music.
You don't even know that you're listening to 70s music because they sampled it, they adjusted it, and they changed the lyrics, but the beat is still the same. The tempo is still the same. So Mr. Big Stuff, Who Do You Think You Are? And he had his own version of it.
Heavy D.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's other songs that there's like 4 or 5 different versions of the same song, same lyrics, different lyrics, but same beat. And we've gotten to the point now where no one makes their own music anymore. It's all sampled from someone else. And then once you sample it from someone else, you got to pay for that. So the music industry is a little bit unique.
How much do you have to pay?
Yeah. I don't know, because I've never had anybody like, hey, we want to take royalties from what you said. They just take what I say and use it. I've heard my voice on so many radios, and I haven't got a penny of royalty from anyone. Hey, you know the weirdest part is? So when I was shooting Gotham by the Bay, which I'm going to come back to in a few minutes, back in 2021, imagine standing on the corner.
In Winslow, Arizona? Just kidding.
I'm standing on the corner in
get that?
And now, the odds of me being on this particular corner at this particular time, on this particular day, very rare. That's what I use. So, what are the odds of me being in this corner at this day, this time? And a guy walks by with a boombox playing a song with my voice on it.
That's weird.
That is so bizarre.
It was from one of your pieces?
It was from a piece I did. They incorporated it into the rap song.
And what was the song? Did you ever figure it out?
I did. I figured it out. Bay Area rapper. And it was my voice and Pam Morris. It was from opening to a People Behaving Badly segment.
Did it say it's Stanley Roberts responsive people behaving badly? It did? Oh, I love it.
Yes. So it's weird because it's like being in the desert and the one around you that's playing a song with your voice. That is the weirdest thing in the world. And it's almost like you know how you were meant to be in that particular spot. I looked at that as saying I was meant to be there. But back to the music. So even from all these different years, we're singing a song. We're like, oh.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll be singing a song. He's like, "Did you know that this is not an original?" And yeah, so you're right. So you will teach me that like certain songs aren't original. But then again, why should I be surprised? There's on Sirius XM channel 43, LL Cool J's Rock the Bells. They have a what is it called when they do it? Salute the Sample, where they play this. Do they play the original first?
They play the song that we listened to now.
Yeah, and then they and then they go back and they spin it and incorporate.
No. They played the song that was played for a long time ago.
Yeah,
And they go, salute the purple.
yeah,
And then they play the song.
and they transition into the one that we listen to now, and you're like, oh wow, I like that. I like the salute sample because then I learned.
And the 80s music though, and I was making a point. A lot of the 80s music is being sampled. So people think
80. He says is 80s disco awesome too.
Yeah. So a lot of 80s music. So what happens is you're sitting there driving down the street, jamming to the car, right? And I'm in the other seat going, oh man. Or the better one is you hear the song playing, and then you start
singing, and
it's the wrong
song because you're singing the wrong version. That's happened to us. Wait, there's one song that
we both had
different versions of. Like every time we hear the lyric, we start singing the same lyric initially, and then I go on to another song.
Yeah, different bridge. He goes, a different bridge toll.
Yeah, he goes, wow, really? And he starts singing a different song. And we're like, oh, but then also I realized that also shows sometimes it shows our age difference too, because you grew up listening to one song and I grew up listening to like the remake.
So for some reason, Gabriel's having a problem with our audio. Just Gabriel. Is anyone else having issues with the audio? Because he says that it keeps cutting in and out, and no one else seems to be saying that. So sometimes Gabriel has. You make sure everything's plugged in properly. Everything seems to be plugged in properly. And hold on, let me check one more thing. Nope, everything's set up.
Your computer sounds like it's like breathing hard though.
It's having some issues, but that's right. So everything's set up.
Anybody else having issues? Betty Veronica says a little tin canish, and Maria's sort of weird.
All right, let me take a look at this mixer. Something incorrect. See, this is our mixer.
It sounds like all the audio is coming from Faith's mic. Okay, so it sounds like all of it. Is your mic plugged in, Beeb?
It is. It is.
Yeah, Maria says yes. Diane sounds like she has a cold. Yeah, I feel like
she does have a cold.
I think I have like a head cold or allergies or something. I'm a little uneasy. So yes, you are right about that.
Right now, does that make a difference? There was a button pushed that probably shouldn't have been pushed. And as a matter of fact, I hear myself
now I hear
better
you
now.
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah,
I knew I didn't hear you before.
There are so many buttons on this mixer, and I don't know much about the mixing of this whole mixer board. I'm still learning it. But apparently, if you bump it, then bump me up.
Pump. I think it's pump.
No, I'm saying bump. I'm gonna the original version was bump me up. The original version was bump me up.
No, it's not. Okay, Betty Veronica says better. Okay. Okay.
So back to the music. So the song is, the song I'm thinking of is a version from Kanye West.
William says it's gonna make any changes. Okay.
Meet me at the stall.
Oh, meet me at the mall. And then I say it's going down. And then you say,
go, meet me in the stall. You're like, and that's Kanye West.
We do that often though.
Yeah, meet me in the mall.
I don't even know what song I'm singing though.
Meet me at the
it's going down. What song is that?
It's got the beat of going down. Yeah, I know what song you're thinking of, but it's not the song I'm thinking. So literally, we have these conversations where we're thinking of two separate songs from two separate genres.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, don't worry about
it.
Two separate genres, two different songs, but the same beat. And I was teaching her because I did DJ a long time ago. I DJ.
You did DJ?
Yeah, and the key with mixing is a lot of tempo in the beat on the thing, just to match them. And once you match them, then you become rhythmic with it, and you can just throw it into a song, and it just stays smooth. And there's a smooth takeover.
I want to learn how to DJ. Will you teach me? I love.
Well, they've changed it. That's back then. I used albums.
Now they use laptop.
No, CDs and laptop.
They don't even use.
Oh no, they do.
No, they don't use.
Oh, they don't. It's all digital.
They only use laptops now.
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
All right. It's good. Don't make any changes. I read it already.
Yes, we both did.
All right. So that's what we're talking about. How being a dead horse. So now,
Betty Veronica says DJ badly.
So now the new thing is, now I need to see. I am I don't guess Kanye West, a Keanu Reeves fan.
I love Keanu.
I like. I go back to Keanu Reeves when he was in
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. And some people don't know it's the same guy.
I go back to. Why are we holding hands?
Why are you touching me?
I don't know. I go back to
And you're still touching me.
oh, because I love you. I go back to Keanu Reeves. So I didn't see Bill and Ted. Is it Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures? I didn't see Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures until this year.
But what city is it in?
LA?
San Dimas.
Oh, San Dimas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
San Dimas wasn't even on the map.
A place I never went
They
to.
had one Circle K way back then when they did this. And so no one knows, a lot of people didn't realize that Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is actually kind of Keanu Reeves now. I know Kanye West. Keanu Reeves now. But I've been following his work. Now, so The Matrix, loved it, except for, okay, Matrix was good.
Hold on. This is how let me just go back to how I discovered Keanu Reeves. I discovered Keanu Reeves through the movie Speed. And I love that movie with him and Sandra Bullock, the one where like there's a bomb on the bus. Loved him. And then I think after that, the next movie I saw by him was The Matrix.
Yeah. So I've seen
him.
Speed, and Speed 2, they took him out of it. He wasn't in Speed 2.
But Sandra Bullock was in. I never saw Speed 2. Was it a boat?
Yeah, it was dumb. I mean, how you gonna stop a boat? It's in water. So, okay, it was the dumbest thing. You know, it's like a remake. It's beating a dead horse.
No, it's a sequel, though. But sometimes sequels aren't as good.
Well, okay. So now there was. So I saw the Matrix. Loved it. First one. It's good. It's like original.
Yep.
Original content. And then they made Matrix 2. It was okay.
But it was called something else, right? It was like Matrix
Revolutions or something.
I thought. Wait, there's 3 Matrix.
There's like 5 of them.
Oh, there's 5?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of Matrix. Let me see.
No, there's 4, I think. Because Matrix Revolution, wasn't that the most recent one? We saw it in the movie theater.
No, Matrix. There's a bunch of them. Anyway, so after a while, how many times can you?
Oh, The Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, and then Matrix Resurrections. So we saw Resurrections was the latest one we saw.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
But after a while, how many times can you watch somebody dodge a bullet?
Well, isn't it also like Born Identity? There was like Born Identity.
I love that one too.
I love that's with what's his name, Matt Damon.
I love the first one and the second one and the third one, but after that, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Don't they only have 3?
No, they had like 4 because they had a guy who wasn't Matt Damon.
No, please don't say they tried to do it without Matt Damon.
No, they tried to do it without Matt.
That's ridiculous. Born Legacy.
Yeah, they tried to do it without. But you know, my favorite one was 24.
Oh, the show?
I didn't like the remake though.
They had a remake of 24?
They tried to do it on a movie, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did they have what's his name in it though?
I don't think so.
What's the main actor in
I don't think so.
Oh wow, they had The Born Identity, The Born Supremacy, The Born Ultimatum, The Born Legacy, and Jason Bourne. No, Matt Damon's in all of them.
No, he's not.
Oh wait, The Born Legacy.
It's not Mac Jason.
Who? Is that who? Matt Damon. Yeah. Oh, it's Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Oh, they tried. No, Matt Damon's in it.
No, he's not.
Wait, why does it have Matt Damon in the cast then?
Yeah, he's not in it though.
Why doesn't Born Legacy?
They have like Matt a cameo.
The Born Legacy is the only film in the franchise that does. Did you spit on me?
No.
Oh, what'd you wipe?
You have moles here, so I thought it was like a puzzle. I was trying to solve the puzzle.
You are so random. Born Legacy is the only film in the franchise that does not feature the title. Really, I hate it when I see words and I'm like, what? Jason Bourne, I just skipped it. As actor Matt Damon chose not to return. Oh, because Paul Greengrass did not direct it. Okay.
Yeah, he wanted the same director because some people are really picky who they work with.
Betty Veronica said Matt Jason started laughing. I was like, who? Matt Jason?
Matt Jason.
Who is Matt Jason?
Yeah, that's the guy who played the guy that played the guy. That's Matt Jason.
Betty Veronica says, I think Stanley needs some of my ADD meds. Oh, dang.
Damn.
This.
So now we have a back to Keanu Reeves because we got off the pace a little bit.
Back to who?
So the Keanu Reeves. Okay. So they had 1, which was John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3, John Wick 4, and he died. I was like, okay. They killed him. He's dead. There's his gravesite. He's done. There's not going to be. But then, what did I say though when we were watching it? What did I say?
That there might be a John Wick 5.
Why did I say that though? Even though they showed his gravesite.
Because he never dies.
They never showed him dead.
Oh yeah, they didn't show him dead. They just showed his gravesite. Well, wait, we don't want to spoil it for the people that might not.
That movie's like 8 months old now.
No, that movie came out. That movie came out at the beginning.
No one here is going to be like, oh man, I was about to go see it tomorrow.
Guys. That was spoiler alert. Oh, I still didn't connect my water. Hold on. I'm trying to drink my water, guys, and the thing's not connected.
You got to connect the dots. So anyway, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
I think he was saying that because I was trying to read another word, and then I just said Jason Bourne. So
my take on it is that now they're announcing that they're going to do a 5, which obviously means that my fears were realized. That he wasn't really dead.
Your fears were what?
Were realized.
Oh, okay.
That he wasn't really dead. That they just had that he may or may not be dead because they left you hanging.
They did.
All they did was show you the gravesite, but you never really saw the body.
No, you didn't. Sorry, guys.
But even 4, I'm not gonna lie. After watching 4, I was like, okay, how many times are you gonna fight up these stairs?
That part made me. I was like, he keep falling.
I was fatigued by that one.
I was fatigued, and I wasn't even running up the stairs.
It was like, okay, we ran out of stuff to fight about. How about we have a scene that takes 3 hours and him flying up the stairs for 3 hours?
That movie was like what? Two and a half hours?
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And remember the guy that was going to go in with us, but then he looked like a serial killer, but then he changed his mind. Remember him?
Yeah, there was a guy that was buying tickets right next to us.
I think we prevented a serial killing.
Well, let's not do too much. I don't know whether or not he was going to do anything. But guy was giving us looks. He was giving everyone looks. We were purchasing our tickets. Like Stanley was purchasing the tickets, and I was standing right next to him. But the guy, like, he had popped up something on his screen, and then he turned and just started facing us and another couple that was also buying tickets. And then he was just staring, and we were like, "What?" It was like he was like, "Okay,
who will kill? Which movie they going to?" And it's like,
but he was actually trying to see John Wick when we were trying to see John Wick. So because all of a sudden he just stood there and then he just walked away.
I'm just going to say this: my spidey senses were going crazy. It was like, oh, this is crazy. This dude is like, he's going to kill everybody in the room. And the whole time I watched the movie, I'm like, okay, now I'm on.
Again?
Yeah, I'm going to kill everybody in the room. And then it was weird because
I was trying to grab your hand.
Because the whole time I watched the movie, I'm sitting there going, if this guy comes in here, I got to figure out how to hide behind you so that way I don't get shot.
Hide behind me. Betty Veronica says you two should do movie reviews.
No, because trust me, there are so many movies that are so terrible. And I'm tired of remakes. What did I say? The one with Jeremy Renner was filmed in the Philippines. Your mom should see it.
I didn't know it was filmed in the Philippines. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if my mom has seen any of the Bourne movies. I don't think so. We actually, excuse me, I didn't even have sparkling water.
Are you trying to? I
just burped or belched.
Did I send you to me now?
Really? We took my mom because she came to visit us when we were living in Phoenix. We took her to see Matrix Revolutions, but she hadn't seen the other 3. But she was with us, so we just went to go see the movies. And then afterwards, when we got home, we rented all 3. Well, I think the first 2 were actually free, and then we had to pay for the third one. But we watched all 3. This was during Christmas break, so we watched all 3 with her so that she could get an idea of what the Matrix was about. So I might have to do that with her for the Bourne series.
I will say this, and I'll say it once, and I'll probably say it again, and I'll probably say it again,
and again, and again,
and again. But, and I'm going to say it because I mean it. I watch movies differently.
You do watch movies differently.
Because I worked in the film industry.
Yes.
So the difference with me is like when they do a story in Philadelphia and all of a sudden they're in Camden and then the next scene they're in
Canada.
Pretty much. They're like, wait, that's not how you can't get there from there that fast.
We'll watch movies and they'll be like, hey, rewind. Is that Oakland? Is that the BART?
Wait,
and it's supposed to be a shot of like.
Yeah, we saw a movie once that was shot in LA, right?
Yeah.
It was an LA story, LA police, LA everything. They were doing everything in Los Angeles, except for one scene where there's a pursuit. And I go, that's Oakland.
Yeah. He was like, wait, is that Oakland? Wait, is that BART? Like,
yeah.
And then he's like, wait, can you rewind it? And I'm like, oh my gosh, not this again. Another thing he will do when we're watching movies is he'll notice the inconsistencies. So like, let's say that there's a scene where there's a couple and one of the, let's say the male is drinking a banana shake, right? And he's got a banana shake in one scene and it's like full. And then the next scene.
What's up, Linda?
And the next, like, actually, I guess technically it's still the same scene. They're just having a conversation, right? And the guy is then talking, and the milkshake is halfway. And then the conversation continues. They show the guy again, and the milkshake is full again.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, "Oh, see, look, did you see what they did there? Oh, let's rewind it. See, look." And he does that all the time. He always points out
like that.
inconsistency.
I'm like that Instagram thing. Right there.
Yeah, always. Because so we can't watch like a full movie unless we're like at the movie theater where you can't rewind it. But we'll watch like TV, we'll watch movies, and he'll be like, "Wait, did you see that?"
But whose job is
that?
And
I'm like, "No, I didn't see
it." Whose job is
that?
It's
the editor.
No, that is not the editor's job.
It's the what do you call it? It's the producer.
What's up, Chuck?
Is it the producer?
No.
Wait, who? Who's your
script supervisor? Their job is to look for consistency. No, but I mean consistency. Like, let's say, for instance, in the scene, your hair is right here, right?
Yeah,
and then the next scene is like here.
And then the next scene is like this.
It's like this. No, like, wait, no, I've seen.
I've
seen some that are so bad. I'm like, what do you have? What do you do? Hire a blind script supervisor?
Wow.
Because I mean, it literally doesn't even match. Like the cognac could be this full, and then it'll be this full, and the guy will take a sip, and it'll be this full, and then the next scene is this full again. It
reminds me of this Colgate commercial. I think it was Colgate, right?
Yeah.
Where we're watching it, and the guy is like checking out himself in the window, and he's like, he's like this. He's like, he's got his hands up, and then the lady rolls down the window, and then his hands, when they get back to him, they're not up like this anymore. They're like somewhere else, and he's like, "Oh, rewind that. Wait, this doesn't look right."
So my favorite movie scrutiny will always be movie shot in Los Angeles, because I grew up in Philadelphia in Camden, and you don't know anything about LA.
Yeah,
you know nothing about LA if you live in.
Oh yeah, yeah. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
So you wouldn't. So I watched them go from like Malibu. They go from Malibu to Lancaster in 3 seconds.
Yeah, they're not right.
I'm like, wait, how'd you drive from the 10 to the 14 and just by making one turn?
That's true. I noticed that because after I lived in LA and I got familiar with like where everything was, I noticed the inconsistencies in movies too. Because I'm like, wait, it doesn't make sense. Simi Valley's not even over there.
But the new thing now is you watch a movie and it's in a certain location, but then you go, wait a minute. That's not, and you look it up and it's Ontario.
Oh yeah, they do a lot of films in Canada now but they pretend like it's like in the U.S.
Yeah, so they shoot like that movie, like the series you used to like to watch, where they said, what's the movie?
Which one?
Kim's
Convenience.
Yeah, so I never knew that was in Canada until we actually looked it up.
Yeah,
and it turns out and the store exists.
Yeah.
It's a real store.
Yeah.
They just shot the exteriors, and the rest of it they created an interior for it.
I love that
I know you
show. That show was good.
So yeah. So okay. So you've been in LA for about what, 10 years when you were there?
No. Almost 7.
Okay. So you ever watched Chips, the original Chips?
Never watched Chips. You were the one that told me about it though. And I think there was an episode of Chips when we went to go get a burrito one day, wasn't there?
210 Freeway.
210,
when they were building it. Pasadena Freeway.
Mm-hmm.
They were building it, but it was still in the process of being built. They filmed the entire show on that strip of highway. So every time they had a driving scene, it was on the 210 freeway.
But it was closed off because it was still being built.
It was being built.
So that was super beneficial.
So it gave them a chance to film without
any interruptions.
Yeah, and working in the working in the industry, you learn cheats. Like, it's funny, the cheats that we do. Like, for instance, if I were to pour you some Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
that would be iced tea.
Yeah,
if I had to
the color of it, right?
If I had to pour you a bottle of wine, that's grape juice. Mm-hmm. No one really drinks on the sets. But what really got me was the scenes where we blow up a car. So you know in the video you think like, oh my God, look at this car, it's driving. So my job in the film industry, in some cases, not all, was and here's a good one. Here's a good movie that I was in. I was in a movie, but you never saw me.
I know why.
You never saw me, but I was in the movie from beginning to end. And my job was to make sure that the talent remembers their lines. So I had to lay in the back of a car that was being dollied down Hollywood Boulevard, and they hang a light bulb right by the window that turns off and on to give the impression of passing streetlights. Mm-hmm. The car never really left the location. I'm laying in the back with the script. So if one of the actors, in this case, it was Michael Madsen and another gentleman who passed away, may he rest in peace. Michael Madsen and what's the singer from not singer? What's the actress from Living Single? Isn't that what it was?
And from Living
Not
Single?
Singer, the Cosbys.
Oh, wait, the actor from the Cosbys?
There's a woman.
Who had played who?
The woman, Whitley.
Oh, no, that's different
world.
A different world. Whitley?
Yeah.
Oh, Jasmine Guy?
So right. So yes.
Jasmine Guy, that's her name.
So who's the one that's married to Momoa?
Oh, Lisa Bonet.
Okay, Lisa Bonet. Thank you.
She's not with Jason Momoa anymore.
So I work with these guys on the movie, and you can look it up, find it. So my job was to lay in the back and make sure he had.
Dang, babe, you like just went through 5 different people.
I know.
Just to get to know who's the lady. I'm like, but what was her character?
Yeah, I remember though they had me once take a script to Lisa Bonet's house up in Malibu Hills, and then she made me some lunch. She made me this bowl of soup. So I sat there and had a bowl of soup with Lisa Bonet. But it was like eating. I mean,
it wasn't good.
No, it was really good, but it was like liquid Drano to my body. It was like so fiberish, and so full of whatever it was that the next day I was like, okay, I'm free as a bird.
So what was the soup though?
I don't know. It was some kind of a really rich.
Let me ask her for her recipe.
So it was, and so I went to, and it was weird because here I am, show up at Lisa Bonet's house. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm at Lisa Bonet's house and she invited me in for lunch, And so we sit around.
Did she invite anybody else in for lunch?
I don't know. We had lunch. And then I was trying to work up the nerve to ask her for a date, but I never did.
Oh, you should have. You could have been with her instead of Jason Momoa. Wait, was this before?
This was long before.
Was this before?
This is in the 90s.
No, but was this before she was with Lenny Kravitz or after?
This before Lenny Kravitz.
Before Lenny. Oh, so you could have been with her instead of Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, I could have been singing on the stage.
Well, I wasn't going to say all that, but.
All right, well, whatever. You mean fish and chips, Mrs.
Well, because you said chips, the show chips.
Oh, yeah. I forgot 8-second delay.
Yeah, those were like 30
seconds.
Like more like a minute.
So anyway, so in the film industry, so there's some cases where they asked me to, let me take my ring off so you can see. So they needed a shot of one of the detectives.
Hands?
Obviously a black detective, typing on the computer screen.
For real?
Right. And so they used my finger.
You got to do it there, though.
They used my hands for the
typing the keyboard?
For him typing on the, and it's weird because
why did they use your hands?
Because they needed someone to fill in, and I knew the director, number one. So his name was Nigel Dick.
I'm totally just kidding.
And Nigel said, hey, we need you to come in and we need to use your hands to film a cutaway. Because, when you shoot films, you sometimes go back and make up shots.
You put some lotion on though, right?
No, what's weird? Back then, I had an ex, and I still had I thought it was kind of weird because
you had an ex?
Ex-wife. So I had a wedding band.
But you had an ex.
But I had no ring, but it had
the indent.
And not indent.
Well, it would be here, like the.
Yeah, it had
It was the ring, like it was an indent from the ring.
Not a ring indent. It was more of a tan.
Oh, okay.
So the part where the ring was
it was actually really light.
So they had to fix that in post where you couldn't see that part because clearly it was a difference.
Yeah.
But so I stood behind.
I thought you meant you had literally had like the letter X on your.
No, I had to do, what do you call it? Video assist, where wherever the director was going to be, I had to make sure that he could see what was being shot. Mm-hmm. So that was my job, and I learned that the TV industry, the film industry, everybody thinks it's so easy. Everybody thinks I could do this. I could do your job. If you only knew what entails in doing this. I mean, just this setup alone takes an hour.
I think William has a good point.
What did William say? Every guy knows that when a lady offers you a bowl of soup, she's only interested in one thing, and that it ain't watching to eat soup. You missed your chance.
I think you missed your chance. I think you missed your chance, Beeb.
You mean I could have?
I think you could have.
You mean me and Lisa Bonet?
Well, Beeb, really? Why you gonna do gestures for?
I can't say the other word because we'll get banned.
Well, did you have to do gestures?
Okay.
I think we pretty much get the point without gestures or the word.
Okay.
Yes, I think you missed your chance. I think she was interested. Plus, you were hot back then.
I was hot.
You were hot.
Yeah, I had a jacket. I was like, I had to take the jacket off.
No, I meant like you're physically.
But that was my
physically
job.
hot.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm told to bring a.
Gabriel says now you're cold. Yup.
I had to bring a script to Lisa Bonet. All right. The director said to me, Stanley, producer, can you take this over to Lisa Bonet's house? Here's the directions. Here's the Thomas Guide. Here's how you get to it.
Oh, Thomas Guide.
What I look like going there to to one of the main characters' house, and then thinking that soup means boning, and in actuality it's not. And then I'm like, okay, this dude tried to bone me, and all he's supposed to deliver a script.
No, I get it. You're a really good guy. You don't take advantage. It's totally fine.
Take advantage. She had the whole house. She should have been taking advantage of me.
Well, she did. She missed her shot.
She missed her shot.
She missed her shot.
That's right.
Man, I looked up then, huh?
You looked up.
I looked up because Lisa
right.
Bonet could have had you, and I wouldn't.
Right. They'd have been calling her my daughter.
I think you guys are the same age, aren't you? Oh no, Lisa Bonet is like what, 5 years younger than you? What? I'm confused.
Because I was waiting for you to.
I'm not your
I was waiting for you to respond.
Oh my gosh! When we went to grocery outlet the other day. Oh no! Should I?
Oh wait! Don't switch gears. We're still talking about movies.
Okay. Well, I'll remind someone type in grocery outlet for like 30
Farmers
minutes,
market.
30 minutes from now, and then I'll go back to that. Okay, go.
All right.
Movies.
All right. So we've been talking about movies for 38 minutes.
Oh, she was born in November 1696. Okay, so she's a few years younger than you.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be calling you her daughter then.
No.
Although she does look. Never mind.
But although she did tell me she was going to go roller skating or skate. She
invited you to go roller skating.
What do you call it? Blade skate.
Rollerblades.
And I did regular roller skates.
So because you only did regular roller skates, you didn't go? I mean, who cares if you do regular roller skates or you rollerblade?
Okay, all right. I missed my opportunity.
You hella missed your opportunity.
I missed my opportunity.
She invited you to go rollerblading?
I missed my opportunity with Lisa Bonet. But instead I have a Monet.
Wait, a Monet looks good far away and not so good up close, right?
I didn't say you were butter.
Babe, you're like making this so worse.
Nobody gets that one.
Oh, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Butterface.
Yeah, she looks good from a distance.
Butterface. Okay, so basically you just call me a Monet though.
Do you know a Monet though? You want to look at it forever?
A Monet it's beautiful from far away, but when you get up close, right?
Mm. And if I had gone with her, there'd be no Millennial Boom.
No,
exactly.
There wouldn't be a Millennial
Boom. Oh, you never
Boom.
know. Maybe.
It wouldn't have made sense though. She's only a few years younger than you.
Oh, you're right. Okay, take it back. I'm Lisa Bonet. I'm sorry I missed my opportunity.
Bonet.
Lisa Bonet. I'm sorry I missed my opportunity.
Oh, so now you're sorry?
Look, Lisa Bonet. I'm sorry I missed my opportunity back then, but you know.
There's no words.
You don't eat wooden soup.
There's no woods with that? Woods?
No woods?
There's no words with that?
No words.
So you just have to go.
Well, I did a gesture last time and I got ostracized.
Okay, but that was the wrong gesture. You have to learn when gestures are appropriate.
All right. Okay, now let's switch gears. Now you're talking about
what?
You were talking about a grocery outlet.
Bargain
market.
I told someone to remind me about that in 30 minutes.
Okay,
but
no.
Do you want to talk about that grocery outlet scenario?
We'll talk about it right now.
What's Escape from LA? I watched Escape from LA on VCD.
It used to be a movie called Escape from New York, and then they made a new version of it called Escape from. It was a remake.
What is a VCD?
It's supposed to be VCR, probably.
Okay, I was like VCR. Maybe?
Video control device or something. I don't know.
Okay.
He's laughing, so I don't know what that means.
I've never seen it before.
Which one?
Escape from LA.
Okay, just for the record, you haven't seen a lot of movies.
Just for the record, I think we know this.
Okay.
Just for anybody's record, we know. I
just want to be crystal clear that you have not seen a lot of movies.
Okay.
Wizard of Oz, you just saw.
You gotta go and tell everybody I just saw Wizard of Oz.
You know, he can still hear you, right?
Do you see the words coming out?
She just saw the Wizard of Oz, and she just saw the Wiz.
No, I saw the Wiz. I saw the Wiz when you lived at 7.
So
I saw the Wiz when you lived on Sea Spray Lane.
So I basically have turned you into movies that
we've been together for 16 years. What do you expect? I saw lots of movies with you.
All right, fair enough.
Speaking of 16 years.
Yeah, I know.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I know. For you to be my daughter.
Who did you tell? Wait. Someone asked how long we've been together, and you told them, yeah, I used to wait for her. So you guys, okay, then I'll get to grocery outlet. So who was it? Who asked you that? Someone asked how long we've been together.
Some random person.
And we said 16 years or whatever. And then he goes, yeah, I used to wait for her when she would get out of school. We started dating when she was in high school. And I was like, don't tell people that. They will believe you. That is not true, by the way. We did not. I was way out of school.
So
I was out of high school. I was out of college. I was already working.
No, I used to come to your high school and eat lunch with you through the fence.
And then I said to the same person, I said, okay, that sounds a little too like R. Kelly.
R. Kelly-ish.
R. Kelly-ish, because R. Kelly used to apparently,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think he used to like wait outside of like high schools, right, to talk to like girls. So anyways, that did not happen. So I just set the record straight. We did not meet in while I was in high school or college. We met while working. Exactly, right?
Right.
While working. It was already a working adult.
I won't. Anyway.
Okay. What were you? You were going to say something bad?
No.
Okay. So now going to grocery outlet. Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Grocery outlet, farmers market.
Did I miss something in the chat?
Yeah. Jeanette said that we need a grocery outlet here in Albuquerque. Or
an Aldi here. Oh, yeah. We don't have Aldi here, do we? We had it in Arizona.
So, by the way, Gabriel says everyone hasn't seen a lot of movies, and I disagree. I've seen more movies than should be allowed by man because I'm a movie buff. So I've seen a lot of movies, old, new, borrowed, blue.
Oh, gosh. Betty Veronica says, grocery outlet sells date syrup, excellent sugar substitute, D-Vash brand. Oh, never heard of it. But, we actually don't even use, it's maple syrup. Pure maple syrup is good. Like pure maple syrup is good. But for pancakes, we just do blueberry compote now. Homemade blueberry compote.
We French now?
We eat pancakes with your blueberry compote.
You didn't use the U part before.
All right. Okay. So, no, Millennial Boom is not considered a movie, Gabriel. Okay. So going back to grocery outlet.
Farmers market.
We went to grocery outlet a few days ago. Yeah, a few days ago. And I wanted to check because grocery outlet, stuff gets expensive, but I wanted to see what their options were for meats. And we found 100% grass-fed ground beef. And I was just like taking note, it's cheaper than a lot of other places. So just looking around, found my chocolate, Hue chocolate. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say this, right? My favorite chocolate. I
told you literally don't give away your secrets.
Okay, well, my favorite chocolate is there, and it was very, very cheap compared to what I would get it.
But what did that prove you why it's so cheap? I gave you a reason why it was so cheap.
Okay, so it was cheaper by like $4 than I get it at Sprouts. But it was cheaper because the Best Buy date was within this year. So it was actually the Best Buy date was in November. Yes, it was 6 months. But the one that I brought at Sprouts, the Best Buy date was October of next year.
So basically,
it was like a whole year and 6 months.
So if you buy from a grocery outlet, chances are the food is not expired, but it is getting close to being expired. You have like 6 months before it does expire. So rather than let it sit on the shelf and expire, they take it to they wholesale it to grocery outlet, who then resells it at a much more reduced price. Now let's talk for a second, and this is important. Let's talk about the expired food thing, because yes, 6 months before it expires, that's good. Now when I volunteered at food banks. They serve food that's been expired for a year because it's free and they can give it away.
When you say expire, you mean like it's a
expiration date.
Best Buy or actual expiration?
If it's not a perishable, it can go another year as free food, but you can't sell it. Mm-hmm. Now, here's where it gets a little bit interesting. We've been finding a lot of high-end stores now that have expired foods on their shelf. We found it at Target. We found it at Walmart. We found it at Safeway.
Found it at Trader Joe's.
We found it at Trader Joe's. We found it at what's the other place we go to?
Sprouts.
Sprouts, right.
Yeah. So when I went grocery shopping on Monday, I went to, Safeway, and I was going to get some taco shells. And the taco shells were literally, so what is it? It's end of May. So one of them was June 4, 2023. So that's like a week from now. Or is it a week from now? No, it's a week from now. And then the other ones were actually dated for February of this year. And I think it was April. So it was last month and February of this year for the taco shells.
But the thing is they were actually in the back. And normally you would think that the ones in the back are actually later dates, and the ones in the front are the ones they want to get rid of first. But the one in the front was actually expired June. And then then the other one was June, and then the next 3 were February and April. And I was like, and so they were already expired.
So I learned when I was growing up. I worked in a supermarket when I was a kid. 17 years old, I worked in a supermarket, and we had to rotate the food on the shelf. Rotate it means we take the old stuff and move it to the front and put the new stuff in the back.
Right.
However, that being said, the average shopper now realizes that the new stuff is in the back.
Yes.
So they reach for the back to buy the new stuff, and the old stuff still sits in the front.
Oh, they tried to trick me.
Yeah.
They tried to trick me, but they don't know. I look at everything. So Trader Joe's, when we went a couple of like a month ago, we got some grape juice because I like to make my gut gummies. It was expired
by 6 months.
Was it 6 months?
It was 6 months.
Okay, yeah. So we actually brought the bottle back and got a new one.
So it's really hard to look at the expiration dates sometimes because they're so here's a story that never made air. I did it at Cron. This is back in the day.
With the
No.
Oh, not with the glasses?
No.
Oh, I thought they were with the glasses.
This was a long time ago.
Okay.
They sent me to Oakland because I got a rumor that there was a store that was selling expired foods. And I went there, and sure enough, I brought a bunch of food, and all the food, they had scratched out the expiration dates.
Oh, that's so bad.
It's a mom and pop store, but they had literally went through and scratched out all the expiration dates. I had them dead to rights, but then they freaked out because they thought, oh, you might have violated some rules by being in the store and recording. Yeah, so they didn't want to air it. But I literally had everything in the store had the price removed. Not the price.
The expiration date.
And this was a store that sells stuff to you every single day. And the customers were like, buying food that has been expired, and you don't even know how long because the dates are gone. I mean, literally, you can see it where it's scratched out. Literally scratched out. And I took it back. I go, oh my God, they don't have anything here. Everything has a date scratched out of it.
That's crazy.
And they wouldn't let me air it. They said that and they said they wouldn't let me air it because
Do you still have that?
I probably have some stills that I took them out because I took some stills from my phone.
What store was it?
I don't remember. It was a little mom and pop store in Oakland.
If you figure out what store it is, we should go back and see if it's still doing the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
We could do the story.
I'm sure they're still doing the same thing, but
that was like years ago.
But Oakland has bigger issues now than expired food.
Well, no, but for the people shopping there, they might need to know.
Well, you know what? It's up to you as a shopper
to check your food. Yep. And the thing I think too is I was surprised because when I go grocery shopping, I normally go like to a few different, like 2 or 3 different stores in one day. And so to find that like every single store I went to that day had something expired, I was like, how is this common?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Keep talking.
Betty Veronica says, check dates and take the stuff in the back when people can sneeze or cough on. God Bless America says, Stanley, tell them the rule with expired beer.
So I didn't know the rule, but I looked it up here real quick. And it said the flavor will degrade over time. Beer is a perishable product that states when it's exposed to light, oxygen, and heat, it degrades the organic compounds that make beer smell and taste great. But even with its flavor is declining, it's still perfectly safe to drink. But I've never brought expired beer, so I don't know. Yeah. But tell me the rule for expired beer because I don't 100% know it. I know a lot of things, but that I don't know. I want to learn something new today. So I'll get that in 8 seconds because that's how long it's going to take me to type it.
Yeah. Well, going back to what Gabriel says, the peanut butter at Trader Joe's doesn't have expiration dates at all. What do you think of that? I don't think that's true because I've seen the expiration dates.
They're usually buried on the bottom.
They're normally either on the bottom or sometimes you could see them on the top of the actual lid is on the side. Sometimes it's really hard, but if you look, it's black. And sometimes not because it's been done on purpose, but because of whatever they use to put the date on it. Sometimes it's smeared.
Yeah. So God Bless America says no store return. So you can't return it. It's expired beer.
Oh,
but I don't think I've ever in my life brought back beer.
I don't even think I've ever looked to see if there's an expiration date on beer, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, beer.
I don't think of that.
I don't drink enough beer to know.
When I go look for like wine or something, I don't look for an expiration date.
Yeah.
I just thought about that.
Interesting. So back to
I do with food,
the
though.
food though, is that and one case we were on a road trip, one of our many road trips. We were heading to LA and we stopped off at a Walmart in Morgan Hill.
This is when you were trying to get chicharrones?
Yes, remember that. And we brought the chicharrones, we got in the car and we got in the road and we started driving. And we went to chicharrones. I love chicharrones. I don't like them in the bag. I like them fresh, but if you can't find them fresh, then I buy them in the bag. So we bought them. We checked out. We got in the car. We went on a road trip. We driving along. I was like, "Hey, can you open up some chicharrones? I'm ready to eat some." And I go and pop it in my mouth, and it was so stale. It was so stale. So on the way back, when we drove back, we stopped again, and sure enough, every single bag on the shelf at the Walmart was expired.
Mm-hmm.
And we told the manager, I've had some major, conversations with managers over either expired food. I remember one though that I had the most cantankerous conversation with in Hayward at the Target, and it wasn't over expired food. It had nothing to do with
their
food at all.
bathrooms?
It looked like someone had just went to the bathroom and just took a dump on every single toilet seat in the bathroom and just smeared it everywhere.
Target, for some reason, I've never been to a Target. No, I take that back. The Redwood City Target bathroom is clean. But other than that, all the Targets I've ever been to, bathrooms are dirty.
But here's what I never understood, though. So I personally consider most women to be very clean, and average woman is pretty clean. But the worst restrooms are the women's restrooms. It's like,
how do you know that?
Because when I worked, we had to go into some of these restrooms when it was closing down. And how do you get human fecal matter on top of the walls?
I've never seen that in a bathroom before.
I've seen it.
But
how do you poop up the wall?
I don't know. But public restrooms at some places are so gross. And like I said, I think I've only been to one Target where the bathroom that's the Redwood City one, where the bathroom was clean. All the other ones, so freaking gross. I don't know what it is. I go to Target at all different times of the day. It doesn't matter if it's morning, afternoon, or night. It's still dirty.
Humans by nature don't care about anything but themselves. And not everybody, because I know this group here, you guys care about each other and yada, yada, yada. But my point is that most humans don't care about anything. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to clean it up. It's like when you go to a restaurant. You go to a restaurant not so that you can not have to cook, but you don't have to clean.
Yeah. I clean up after myself in the bathroom, though. Well, see, Williams is here. Women hover over the toilet seat, and sometimes their aim is off.
Yeah, but how do you aim off that the poop go up in the ceiling?
So, yes, women do. Some women do hover over the toilet seat, especially if there are no toilet seat covers available. So, yes.
I call those ass gaskets.
If you hover over a toilet seat and you get pee on the toilet seat, wipe it off. Or line the toilet seat with toilet paper. There are ways to still manage your
here's a funny
waste.
Here's an interesting story, and this is probably going to get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it anyway. So there were cases where, let's say, everything being equal, the bathrooms are clean. So you come in the bathroom, you know how they have the stalls. So you'll see someone using a stall, but you'll also see like they went grocery shopping, like they went not grocery shopping, they went shopping for like Macy's bag or something. And you're like, oh, he's in there, using the restroom, and he got his bag there. But then two guys come out of the same stall.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Because one of the guys is standing inside the bag.
What?
So one guy's sitting on the toilet, and the other guy's standing on the bag. And both of them aren't wearing pants. You can do the math on that one.
You've seen that before?
Yeah.
Where was this?
Philadelphia.
So this was a long time ago.
Long time ago. But that was a normal thing where the guy would stand in the bag so you couldn't see that there were two people in there. And they were giving each other, fellatio.
Wow.
Or one was giving the other one fellatio.
I never even thought about that.
My calculator just crashed. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Did you say do the math?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Beep, don't do that.
Sorry. Anyway.
Barnes and Noble's ladies' room always discussing. I haven't been inside of Barnes and Noble's for hella years. Let's see.
That's stuff I heard about. So Jeanette's heard about it. The bag.
I haven't heard of that.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
It was a common thing way back in the day. I mean, now it's like everything is like everything has changed a lot. But back in the day, they would literally have people in there, and also they would do it for shoplifting too. They would be in the toilet and then just go through the bag and take all the labels off while they're sitting on the toilet.
Wow.
So then they would throw, and you go in the stall and look in there, and there's all these little tags that they've taken off.
Wow.
The world. I mean, growing up in Philly and in Camden and coming to California and LA and even Phoenix and working in the news business, you know that we see a lot of stuff that we don't even show you guys, stuff that we can't show you. It was some stuff we see is so terrible. I've seen, and I'll say this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I've seen every single way there is for a human being to be killed. Every single way there is, from decapitation to burned, flashover burns. Yeah. So when you work in this business, you see a lot of stuff, and you hear about this stuff, and where there's smoke, there's fire. I'll just say that. I'm going to change the subject because I don't want to get too deep into it.
Okay. Well, so I was going to say, should I go back to the original reason I brought up Grocery Outlet or no?
Yeah. Hold on one second. God bless America. Sunset is super late now. You can't tell because we are so fogged in right now.
Yeah, this is fog that you're seeing.
That you literally can't even see out of our window. What you're seeing right there is pure blanket of white fog. And so we can't even see the ocean or the mountains or anything. So yeah, there's sunsets at 8:20 something. So it's not even sunset yet. Who's X? Someone just popped on with X. See that?
No.
Oh, I'm looking at someone just popped into our screen, and I'm sure that whatever it is with another X, it's going to be something we don't want to see.
I didn't see that.
No, it's right here. So whoever X is, if you're planning on doing something you shouldn't be doing, you might not want to do it because I am the key master, and you can't just jump in without me showing it. So there we go. So, but welcome whoever you are, X, if you're here for fun. If you're not here for fun, then you might as well just close it off and keep on moving.
X is me. I've been there for a half hour. It gets around the 8-second delay.
X is
That's
me.
what Gabriel says.
Okay. Well,
so he's there so it could get around the 8-second delay so he can hear us ASAP. So he can hear us right on time.
Okay. Well, then you got to tell us you're doing that, X. Malcolm X. Gabriel X. Because, we had that case 2 weeks ago where the guy posted nude pictures.
Oh gosh, that was gross. And Gabriel also noticed that too.
Yeah, on Twitter, but never made it on air, so we were good.
Ugh. God bless America says, Stanley, is your laptop a Dell G5/G7 ? Oh, I don't know why I read question mark.
I have no idea. It's a Dell. It's El Crapo.
Well,
Dell.
it's a Dell G.
It's a Dell G.
I don't know what.
I don't know which one. And let me see if I can. I don't know. How can I tell? I don't know. It's
probably just go to your specs at the top. Like, is there I have
no, I have no idea. And I don't want to start closing windows off because then we'll accidentally. Knowing me, I'll shut it down by accident. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so going back to the original reason why I brought up Grocery Outlet.
Yes.
So I get my chocolate at Grocery Outlet, and the lady at the checkout, I get like 4 bars and like some other stuff, and Stanley goes and grabs one of the chocolate things before any of it is even bagged. And the lady goes, man, I see your
father is.
No, I see your dad really knew what he wanted or something like that. And then, Stanley was like, and we remember, we just both looked at her like,
I'm like, that's not my daughter.
And then she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then she even came out of the place where the register was. It came out of it, and then came up to me and said, because Stanley had already like walked out the door, and she was like, I'm so sorry. I should never assume. I will never say that again. And I was like, I was like, well, I don't care. And then she was like, oh, well, probably good for you, but bad for him, huh? And I was just like, we hear it, and like, we've heard it so many times that we're just like, it is what it is. Right? But it's just weird though, because she felt like, it looked like she felt really bad. But I think it's we expect it sometimes, but I think it's the way that it came out, the way that she said it.
Well, people like to draw assumptions and
conclusions.
and conclusion assumptions based on their first visual, and it's funny because they don't notice that she has a little bit of hint of gray.
Oh my God, you are so focused on me having gray hair.
I like it.
You are so focused, but you think that me having gray hair is going to
No,
automatically.
all I said is I like it. You don't, but I do.
Okay.
There we go. Leave it at that. Can you cook mushroom recipes, Miss Faith?
Can I cook mushroom recipes? I don't think no. I mean, I'm sure if I looked something up and tried it, probably, but I don't know any good. Off the top of my head, not the back of my head, but off the top.
Yeah, there's nothing back there.
Really, off the top of my head, I don't know any mushroom recipes.
I know one.
He does stuffed portobello mushrooms.
No, stuffed chicken stuffed with baked chicken stuffed with portobello mushrooms.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And we like to go outside and pick the poisonous mushrooms.
Oh yeah, we do have poisonous mushrooms near us.
Yeah, we have the skull death cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to lick those to see what happens.
Only he likes to lick those.
Yeah. Nothing happened yet. I knew you were
gonna do that again. Anyway, so that was the grocery outlet story.
Grocery outlet.
Would you say that happens to us at least once a week?
No, I would say twice a month, maybe. Because it happened to that thing we went to.
What thing?
The event we went to in San Francisco, where she announced you as my daughter.
Oh yeah, so another event. We went to another event earlier in the month, and the lady that invited Stanley, because I came as a guest, the lady that invited Stanley was introducing us to someone else, and so she goes, "Oh yeah, this is Stanley Roberts. Did she say people behaving badly?" She was like, "Or you might know his work, people behaving badly, blah, blah, blah." And she was like, "And this is Diane, his daughter." And me and Stanley were like, no.
Yeah.
And she felt bad too. So I get it. I honestly, I get why people would feel bad. But I think
she hadn't interacted with me since on social media at all.
Oh, she hasn't?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, she should. I get it. She apologized. And I think she genuinely, she meant it. And I didn't take any offense to it. I don't care. I think the thing is that when people automatically assume without they don't ask what the relationship is, that's where it's like, okay, come on. Especially if you had the opportunity to ask, but I think a lot of people just don't, and they just assume. And we all know what assuming does or means. But again, at this point, I think we've heard it plenty of times that I'm just like, well, I can't do anything about it. You're going to assume what you assume.
It's already out there.
It's already, but again, it is already, what do you mean? It's already out there like they say it?
They already said it. Once you said it, it's out there.
But yeah, that's true. Once you say
like
it, you can't take it back.
Expired beer, you can't bring it back.
Yeah, you can't take it back.
Right.
I accept the apologies, but it's like, I kind of just wish people would.
I don't think you have to apologize though. Mistakes happen.
Well, no, mistakes happen. I don't know. For me, I personally think it depends on the circumstance. At the grocery store, we had no conversation prior to that. So of course she wouldn't have known. So she just assumed based on, because she was trying to be friendly, right? And then the lady that invited you to her event, I don't know how long she's been following you, but maybe not long enough to see me on any of your social media. I don't know. But I feel like the people that know you well should probably know that I'm not your daughter.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's fine.
We don't take offense to it.
I'm just
unless of course you just brought a brand new fence and want to put it around our house.
Oh, really? We don't even need a fence.
Cashier at Smith's. Oh, this is your husband? No, this is my brother. Because skin tones and hair are different. Seriously.
Yeah, the assumptions.
People like to make assumptions. It's like when I used to pull up in the car and the person at the restaurant would hand me his keys and say, "When I get done with that car, can you park mine?" That's assuming. Yeah. That's assuming that I am valet.
Well, and I just think that when people when people see things that they think as normal and things that they don't see as normal, that's also what makes them draw their assumptions.
Yeah. Next week you and I are going to dress up with khakis and red shirts. We're going to go to Target.
No thanks. No thanks. Not at all.
We go to Target and people ask us questions.
I remember I know I don't have much red, but I think I wore like a red shirt one time, and someone was like, "Hey, do you know where so?" This was like years ago, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I don't work here."
Yeah,
But
I've been accused of a lot of different jobs that I don't have. I remember they had a contest at Magic Mountain, and the guy's job was to determine what your career was, and no one ever picked my career. Never.
what did they think you did?
They had everything. A garbage man. Oh yeah, I was a garbage man. I was a cashier. I worked in a fast food restaurant.
I mean, nothing is wrong.
It was
with
never
those
ever
jobs,
like a
but-
job that nothing wrong with those jobs, but they never said something like you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're an Indian chief. It was always something like that. I'm like, no. So then you win a prize because they couldn't guess. And then I was like, okay, well, figure it out. Nope. All right, moving on. We just wear jeans now. Elmo guy assumed a lot and judged you. Yeah. Well, the funny thing about Elmo, he assumed I was like 50 something or 60 something years old, and I was like 35. I was like,
You were not. You were 35.
remember when he
The Elmo guy.
Yeah, when
he
he
said
said,
you were like
60 something, yeah,
and you were 4. I think you were
like in my maybe early 40s.
no.
But he said, I don't know what you drive. You don't drive nothing nice.
You were in your early 40s.
It wasn't in my 60s.
Wait, hold on. Let me think for a second. This is 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I know Gabriel's already doing the math.
Yeah, he'd already figured it out already. But his calculator broke.
Oh, you were in your late 40s.
Yeah, but I wasn't in my 60s.
No, damn, that's hella diss.
No, he was.
It's probably because of your gray hair.
No. Here's how it works.
Okay.
When you don't have a valid argument,
I don't need. Stanley was probably around 47, 48. I don't need a calculator for that.
when you don't have a valid argument, you resort to name calling.
Yeah.
So when people try to get to an argument with me and I state facts, they can't handle facts. So then they go to name calling. They'll start using like, oh, because you're just fat. That's the reason why, because you're fat. I'm like, okay. Like the guy who crashed into my car with the shopping cart at Costco. I mean, at first, when he thought I was recording the whole conversation, he was like, oh, yeah. When I turned the phone off, he went to a-hole mode. And then he was like, oh, yeah, well, you're just fat. And I have a better car than you. I'm like, this had nothing to do with anything by getting my car fixed, bro. Nothing.
Yeah, Gabriel says name calling insults means you've lost the argument.
You've lost the argument.
Yeah.
Once you start going to names and saying someone's fat or this or whatever, you've lost the argument because I'm not going to argue with you about, body shaming or what color your hair is or whether or not you have a brown eye or a blue eye or none of that stuff because that's irrelevant. The relevant part of any conversation is either the facts that you come from it or the jokes that you make from it, if you're just joking back and forth with each other. But if you're going to have an argument, and the minute you resort to name calling or anything of that sort, the argument's over. I'm not going to. And I always have no saying. If you argue with an idiot, it's like arguing with a wall. At the end of the day, the wall will still be a wall, and you'll just be frustrated.
There you go.
There you go. I had to disable the comments on my channel because too many people were bullying and complaining, aka they got caught behaving badly. Yes. Bullying is a big thing nowadays. People think they can sit in their basement and call you names. And my problem I have now is not the fact that it's not even a problem because when you're out in the public, people don't realize, I want to be famous. No, you don't. In social media days of being famous, people look for things to find on you. So they do background checks. They run anything they can find to find anything that is inconsistent with whatever you're doing. So if you're doing something wrong and it's out there, someone will find it because that's all they do. They have nothing else to do with their life. And some people are just they're filthy rich. They're literally filthy rich. They don't have anything else to do but to sit around and look for stuff and then go on social media and write negative stuff about it. And then it's like the old saying, they stir the pot, and they sit back in the corner and watch and see what happens. And that's typical social media behavior. I'm going to stir this pot. I'm going to post this. I'm going to leave this here and I'm going to walk away. And like a lot of entertainers post stuff on social media, but never go back. So they post inaccurate information, but they never go back to comment or to have the conversation back. There's no conversation. It's just, I'm going to post this and then I'm going to sit back and let whatever happens. And that's what happened with Twitter in the very beginning. People just writing whatever they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And no one was there to hold them accountable. So then it became, we're going to hold you accountable. But then new owners took over who said, I don't care, just do whatever you want. This is, freedom of speech. But freedom of speech means you can't yell fire in a movie theater, even if there's no fire. So in other words, you got to use common sense. And the average person does not have common sense.
So common's not so common.
No.
Common sense, not so common.
Jeanette wrote, I have to regularly block people on Twitter because of bullying and misinformation. You know what's funny about misinformation? I just found out on Facebook that I had a post removed that someone else made. Someone else made the post, and I shared it thinking that it was a legit post, and it wasn't a legit post. It turned out to be a fake story that they posted as a real story.
Oh, gosh.
So they didn't take their post down, but they took mine down and gave me a strike.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
On Instagram?
On Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So their post is still up.
That sucks.
I shared it. I thought,
Is it a bot that?
No. This was, if you make friends or enemies on social media, some of these people's main goals is to look for something you've done wrong so they can target you for it. So I'm not going to even mention the ways I'm targeted because then it just gives people more ideas. But I am targeted regularly on social media by either things being flagged, DCMA.
What's DCMA?
It's when you post something with like someone claims it's their rights, their music.
And
it could be something that someone else posted. I shared it, but I get tagged for it. So there you go. All right. So anything else before we wrap this puppy up? You know what? We missed a few people today. RK Revolution didn't pop in. David F. Bomb didn't pop in today, but we just let you know if you come back and watch it, we know you're not here. Producer Jace.
Producer Jace has just showed up in a little bit.
Huh?
He hasn't showed up in a while.
He was 3 weeks ago. He was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris isn't here.
He's on, but he's not here. And Jace was streaming earlier today. Thank you, Gabriel, for that update. So there are a few people that haven't, we know who, just so you know, the people that do come here regularly, we know who you are. And we enjoy the fact that you come here. And we appreciate that. Also, I'm going to post a latest segment I did. If you didn't see it, before we wrap this up, we'll let it run by itself. And then we're going to log off after it finished running. And yeah, we did mention V. John. Thank you for not mentioning V. John. We
This is why I don't give individual shout outs, because I know I'll forget someone.
No, I haven't finished. I haven't finished shouting out names. But yes, V. John is usually here. God bless America. We know he's here. We appreciate that. A few people. And yeah, BJ designed the outline. Yes, he did. And we appreciate him for doing that. And he did a good job. I like it.
Yes, it was awesome. Thank you, V. John.
I like it.
Thank you, John.
Yeah. So I was going to see if I can post, but hold on. Let me see if I can do this first. You guys keep talking. I'm going to go here. Go here. My channel. And
are you trying to do B2B?
So yeah, so we did Beta Breakers. And if some of you saw it, I know Gabriel's seen it already. And some of you may not have seen it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it. And then we're going to wrap this puppy up. Share screen. And there we go. Blah, blah, blah. And share. And there we go.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
And should do audio for it.
In the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign. I want to be the greatest. Everybody on the face shit.
So this is Karen and Connor. You personally have been dumping on Beta Breakers for 15 years at least.
Let's see. No alcohol, no floats, no non-compliant bags. Yep, I see my name written all over it.
Because I started advocating politically for Beta Breakers in 2009. And back then you were doing your people behaving badly at Beta Breakers. about people peeing where they should.
100,000 people, and this
Which,
guy
as you can
finds
see
us.
now was a function of the fact that they didn't have enough porta potties.
He did find us.
And I'm not a Stanley Roberts hater. I know you have them online. I know you do. I'm not one of them. I've commented on a lot of your posts. I just don't like your Beta Breakers coverage.
And nope, Karen, I mean Connor, did not ask me once to speak to the manager. But I digress. So let's look at all the things I've been dumping on and not dumping on for the last 15 years.
When you rock around, you rock around, you rock around, and time is tricky.
We had fun.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
First
I
off,
was away.
I've never dumped on the elite runners for Beta Breakers because, after all, it's an actual foot race, which has been going on since 2012. A foot race which turns into one of the world's largest street parties west of the Mississippi.
Hey, how are you? We're spawning today.
I also haven't been dumping on the legendary salmon.
Start at the midpoint after all the fast guys get by, and then run backward.
Were a staple for Beta Breakers as long as I can remember.
Can't take the whole bottle on the course.
Let's look at the no alcohol rule. Yeah, not much has changed over the years. In 2009, they banned alcohol.
No alcohol.
But people still try to sneak in booze, and the security detail at the top of Hayes Hill,
You can hide.
well, their job is to try to remove it. Also, since 2009, there has been a no float rule. That coming from the years of the giant tiki bars and whatnot. So pay no attention to the giant fighter jet, which somehow made it past the first checkpoint.
It's a little smaller this year because the corrals weren't as filled up as before.
Are you having fun?
Oh yeah, always.
Stay off it last time, huh?
Yeah. We get a lot of attention with these
Hey, I
things.
love it.
And yes, there were the obligatory naked people. I lost count, but some people did.
You naked people?
Yeah, there's a lot of naked people.
You
A lot of naked babies.
castigate the participants of Beta Breakers for problems that were the organizers' responsibility.
So there you go. Beta Breakers 2023 is all my fault, including the guy who stole the street sign. In San Francisco, Stanley Roberts, Mr. Badley TV. So, there you go.
There you go. There was a lot of naked
So,
people out there.
I have to apologize for the black border because when I did the upload, for some reason it changed the settings and I didn't realize it was too late. So there you go.
Oh, you're still playing.
Yeah, I know.
The biggest surge in passengers since the pandemic. Long lines at airports.
Should go away now.
2.5 million passengers today alone. Amid question.
I still hear it. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Gone. Yeah. So thank you, Chuck. Thank you. So that was the one. And the interesting part was this is your first one attending with me, right?
Yeah.
So
I haven't been to Beta Breakers in
but you weren't just
years.
staying around.
No, I was hoping some of those shots that were in that piece were from me.
She did GoPro
I
shots.
did the GoPro shots, yeah.
So she walked around with a GoPro and just recorded random stuff
Yeah.
and then apologized afterwards.
Why I apologize?
Because you're like, I hope I got all the shots you needed.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, oh, well.
And then we were so sore after that.
I think you were.
I was, yeah.
I was exhausted. Though.
It's we got up at 5.
Yeah.
You knew that already.
Oh, we told them last week. We
Yeah.
actually got up at 5, like just before 6.
Yeah, we both got up at 5.
late. Yeah.
And we went out and shot it and then put it together the next day. So it was fun. So we may have some big announcements coming up in the future, but nothing we can talk about yet.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Gabriel said, did you remember to include Diane in the credits? He doesn't have any credits.
There's no credits.
No.
I'm giving her credit right now. Now, if we do a major documentary, like when I did the Gotham by the Bay, major credits. We put credits down because people helped and they were participated in it. But we did have fun and it was great. And we're glad that we can make that for you guys. But she kept hitting, hey, you gonna do Beta Breakers? Hey, you gonna do Beta Breakers? Hey, you gonna do Beta Breakers? And I'm like, I don't know. Stop bugging me.
Well, because I wanted you to do Beta Breakers. Like, you're back now, and people would love to see you cover Beta Breakers.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't see anybody pee, though.
I wasn't really hardcore looking for people
Man,
peeing.
I saw.
But I will tell you this. They corralled the crowd to keep you moving. So
Yeah.
they put a fence on both sides. So
a
that
lot
way,
of fences.
more fence I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But I haven't been there since 2018.
Yeah, and I hadn't been to Beta Breakers. Oh, I think I talked about this already, but I hadn't been since like high school. Yeah, that was a long time. So
Been a time. All right, guys. So we appreciate again. I know I said the same thing over and over again.
Betty, I don't know why they want to be naked. All their junk swinging, things blowing in the breeze. Okay. And
Okay.
some of that stuff.
99% of the people that were naked should not have been naked.
No. I mean, it was.
Remember that one guy we saw, the big boy?
No, I don't remember that guy.
He was.
He kept, and he followed us for a little bit too.
No, not him.
I don't think on purpose.
No, not him.
Who?
The guy that weighed like 400 pounds and he was buck naked.
No, I don't remember that guy.
Yeah, I should point him out to you. That guy?
Oh, and he was a little younger, right?
Yeah, he was younger.
Yeah, I didn't look at him too hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't look at any of them too hard, but like, ugh, okay,
Yeah,
that's enough. Anyways,
I'm
a
millennial.
I'm a boomer,
And
I do sound nasally.
Nasally.
I sound nasally.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys hopefully next week.
Next week.
Next Sunday.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be June.
Oh my God, June already?
Oh my God, your face shook.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a great week, and don't forget to eat some nutritious food.
Like what? As opposed to non-nutritious food?
Yeah, stop eating all that junk, like red vines.
Ooh, I haven't had red vines in 100 years.
Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that, huh?
Oh, now I have a red vine. I want some red vines.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Good night.
And I will do the closing this time, I promise.
Yeah, right.
No, I will. I will.
Thank you for listening to Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts. Millennial Boom and Reasons Why Aliens Will Never Invade Earth and Caught Misbehaving videos are made possible through viewer donations. Check out www.linktree.com/MrBadleyTV to see how you can help. See you next week.